Hey guys, basically I'm back here, and I'm back with, reviewing more custom plushies. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because I just finished one, which you're obviously going to see in the video. And I just, I've made these, and I'm really proud of them. I think they're 100 times better than the originals, which are the Shattereds. And I'm going to show you the three of them, plus one that is also shattered. To start off basic, we have what probably everyone would pick to shatter first, which is Shattered Glamrocks Chica, or Shattered Chica, however you want to abbreviate it. But obviously you can see that these are remakes, all of them, probably, most of them. And this is using the re-release Security Breach plushies, obviously because the soft material. And obviously, those, ugly material ones are hard to find now, so, yeah. And if you guys have seen my plush collection, you see that I had a spare Glamrocks Chica, and this is what I used it for. Obviously, I even said in the video that I was going to use it to remake my Shattered Chica, and I think this looks 100 times better as it's more accurate to how, she actually is in the game, especially with all the eyes and everything, and the mouth, all the cracks and everything. Like mine, okay, so, the reason why mine, my old one, looks so weird and deformed, kinda, is because, obviously I made that before Security Breach came out, and the same goes for Shattered Roxanne. I know it doesn't make sense for me to make them before the game even came out, and I know that specifically applies to Shattered Roxanne, but listen, I made it with a Roxanne custom, and I didn't know what she would actually look like. All I knew is that we were getting it with a Roxanne. I just want to make one for fun, and then I turned into Shattered Roxanne, and it didn't look that good. So I decided to remake her as well. And I'll just show her right after getting done with this, which is about to be right now, with all, obviously she has all these Sharpie effects, which the Sharpie actually works better. Well, honestly, in my opinion, I think the Sharpie works a lot better on the soft Security Breach plushies than the scratchy ones. I don't know, I just feel like, it's not that hard, and it doesn't make you cringe, I guess. I don't know if that's the proper word, but oh well. To show up our next one, which obviously I just literally talked about, Shattered Roxanne. And obviously these, and obviously all of these, Shattered plushies are using the soft Security Breach plushies and everything. And Shattered Roxanne is no different. I wanted to, basically, okay, so if you guys haven't seen what my redesigned Security Breach plushies look like, which you could see in videos and even in the plush collection, you could see it. I try to make these shattered versions look as accurate to how I made my redesigned Security Breach plushies, while also being different and unique. And originally, obviously Roxanne, Shattered Roxanne has this mouth that obviously can open. Originally I wanted it to kind of just stick out and maybe put her tongue in there, but I didn't even put the tongue in for my other Roxanne, so I didn't even think, I should put one in here as well. Also, her mouth doesn't even, drop down like that, so there's not really any point. Sorry if you hear a lot of background noise. My family's going crazy. Hold on a sec. Had to go for a little intermission right there, but yeah. Anyways, going back, obviously, I recreated her little endo eyes right here, which, honestly, if I'm being honest, I feel like I could have used the dark gray material that I used for the previous, Shattereds. But I feel like if I did that, it would kind of, make it all blend too easily, and you wouldn't even be able to see the eyes. So I just decided to go with this light gray, and I just thought this material was better. And speaking of which, as you can see, the black felt that's, usually just used to, represent her broken eyes and everything. It's actually inside the plush, and it's not just glued on top. I did the same trick with Withered Candy, which I showed in my custom, not custom plush review, my plush collection, which I don't think I even mentioned that, obviously, but yeah. I did the same trick I did with Withered Candy, but yeah. I just put the felt inside the plush and everything. Sharpie effects, all the detail. I'd say this is definitely better than my previous attempt. Also, all of her hair is messy, including that. And she actually has a tail, which is a feature I have added recently to my Roxanne plushies. And obviously, you have one right there, and obviously it's broken. So yeah, that's Shattered Roxanne. Now, before I show off, obviously, Shattered Monty, I have to show off one one new one that I also made today that I feel like I need to show off it, but before I show Shattered Monty off. Sorry, I had to... anyways, but yeah, here is a remade Monty, which is a remake of a remake Monty. So, if you remember my remade Monty, he was basically a whole new plush. Like, basically, I used the Monty base, but really what I did, like, just cover the whole plush, because, like, I felt like it would have worked, like, you know, better. And technically, it did, but my main problem is that there was no resemblance of the old plush. It just looked completely new. There was no resemblance of the old Monty plush anywhere. So I just decided to get 2 new ones, and one of them I remade into, you know, Monty, just normal Monty. And I feel like he fits, you know, with everyone else now. It doesn't look like, you know, the outcast. And obviously, like, you have his little glasses right here, which I actually used the glasses that Funko put on him as a base, you know, to recreate and make him look more accurate. He also, you know, you can flip these up. He has his eyes under there. And you can tell that his material, basically, I tried to find the best material that would blend in with the whole other body, and and I feel like it works well, especially if you look at it from this angle. But if I'm being honest, this Monty had the least amount of effort or change into it out of the normal Glamrocks, but I actually did put this little yellow strip as, you know, his long tail his long tail has, you know, a yellow type of, you know, pattern, yellow and green type pattern to his tail. But since I was given this amount of room, I just decided to do this. Also, I didn't really fix the bottom because I did not have like a dark green Sharpie or whatever at the time. If I ever get one, which I should have today when I was out getting supplies to make this guy, I should have gotten a dark green Sharpie and color his bottom, but you're not even going to see the bottom. But yeah, and also his mohawk is 3D and puffier, I guess. But yeah, I just want to show you Monty off real quick, just so you could get an understanding of why Shattered Monty looks like this. Yeah, you can obviously see why. So, Shattered Monty was actually easier to make than normal Monty, which I guess I should explain why real quick before I put this guy away finally. But like, the reason why is because of these glasses. I'm so glad Shattered Monty doesn't have glasses, because making these glasses took forever, especially getting the right shape. It was just a hassle. And, you know, also he has a lot of, you know, detail, like especially with the legs and all that. But yeah, I just thought, honestly, I just thought, you know, Shattered Monty was easier. But obviously you can see all the detail in here. And the gray felt actually, you can't really tell from here, but the gray felt actually came first before this green material to make everything blend. And, you know, all the eyes, you know, the eyes are funked up. You know, there's some withering here on the snout and everything. And now, if you can't tell, practically his entire torso had to be a little bit longer, as if I cut it off. Because, okay, if you don't know, one of the, you know, Funko's Monty's, you know, problem is that the belt isn't like separate or anything. It's actually printed on here. And so when I had to make sure to cut that out and make sure it didn't, you know, no one could notice. But obviously, since I did that, it made the body way too short, so I had to readjust it by using this material to make everything else blend. And I think I did a well enough job, honestly, if I'm being honest. But obviously you have some cracks here and there. His hair is just a tiny bit messy. It's practically the same thing with just 2 strips of messy hairlines, I guess. I don't know what you want to call them. And you have his big withered chest and all of his wires down here, which is just connected to one. It's connected to one little piece, which people like to call his tail, I guess. But I don't know. But yeah, there's Shattered Monty. I really like this one. And that's practically all the Shattereds. But if you paid attention, there's still one more. And that last one being Shattered Glamrock Freddy. Or Shattered Freddy, whatever. So, yeah. Quick context, I guess, if you guys don't know. So, a while ago, like last year during Halloween, I'm pretty sure, Illumix made a little banner that featured all the Shadow animatronics, and including a freaking, why did I just forget the name? I just said it, Shattered Freddy. Including a Shattered Freddy model that was never used in Security Breach. The only time we ever actually seen Shattered Freddy in Security Breach is during the comic cutscene, and obviously that's not really a good visual representation. And Funko actually had all the textures and stuff to actually, you know, have the model made, but they never used it because Security Breach was rushed, and yeah, that's a big downside. But for whatever reason, they used that, you know, Shattered Freddy model or whatever in the Halloween banner, and only the Halloween banner. Everyone else was kind of skeptical if this was going to be, if Shattered Freddy was going to be in a new update or whatever, you know. People thought that, but we thought wrong, unfortunately. But honestly, this plush, you know, I actually really like this, as, you know, obviously it kind of it represents how my other, you know, Glamrock Freddy, how it's made with all the colors, this, you know, secondary color being very light and everything. And just, you know, everything down here, you know, it looks good. I'm pretty sure with all the withering and the cracks, I feel like this is a good Shattered Freddy custom. But, you know, that's just on my scale. But, yes, guys, that is it for this little review, reviewing the Shattereds, including a Monty. And, yeah, that's all I really have to review today. And, yeah, also, just real quick, I guess I should just say real quick, sorry that, you know, with the lack of Life from a Nightmare uploads recently. I mean, it should be obvious that I have to work on the Morbius movie, which I will get to work on soon, but obviously, with a lack of time. But I have a 4-day weekend this week, so who knows? I might get started on it, and you might get it very soon. But probably not. I can't make any promises. But, yeah, either way, that's it for this review. I promise you, lots of stuff is going to be coming this year. Just wait. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.